Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Thursday. We just have a four-gamer tonight starting at 7:30, so let's get started. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it. The like button, subscribe if you haven't already. All the other socials are in the description. You can check them out. Starting off at the point guard position, Steph Curry is currently questionable. I don't think he's going to play today. He needs a day off. Last couple of games have been two of the worst games of the season for Curry, possibly a couple of the worst games shooting-wise for his career. Shot 5 of 24 and 3 of 17. Shot a combined 2 of 19 from distance. Just couldn't get it done in either game, and it's a back-to-back 3 and 4 nights. I don't think he's going to play today against the Pelicans. So that means we're going to get some good value on the Warriors side. We already have some other good value spots that we'll talk about. But Ja Morant looks to be the best pay up at point guard without Curry at $9,200. You can go down to Cade Cunningham at $79. I like Chris Paul a bit at $73. In the 5K range, you still have a good price tag. Well, 6K, $61 for Reggie Jackson. And the 5K range and 4K range, you're looking at some of the backups, or some of the guys that will probably start for Curry and get some extra minutes. Gary Payne's been starting already, but he looks great at $4,800 to plug him in. At the point guard spot, you can also take a shot in the in the 3K range, possibly with like Nickeil Alexander-Walker for tournament play quickly at 4K. But really, the Warriors' point guards look pretty good. At shooting guard, you have Booker and Brown as your most expensive guys here. Brown has been playing a lot better, but 9K is still a pretty high price tag. I think I'd go down to like Cade Cunningham, go down to Brandon Ingram, or you can go down to definitely Andrew Wiggins at 68, who's going to get a nice sizable bump, especially if Curry doesn't play. Bane is doubtful, but they might get Brooks back and they might get DeAnthony Melton back, so that's going to help. But 58 for Jordan Poole, you would expect him to start in place of Curry. He still has some great shooting nights and can really light it up from distance. He's shooting 34%, but he's taking a ton of shots, and without Curry, we'll just get a lot of usage. So Payne and Poole would be two guys to plug in. Also, Wiggins would be another another very good play. You can go to Draymond. You have some other value picks that we can touch on. Small forward, I'm looking at like Josh Hart at $6,400. Him and Wiggins similarly priced, but Josh Hart at 64 has been playing a lot of minutes recently, and he's playing great ball. Does a little bit of everything out there, especially the rebounding is huge, just in terms of giving him a nice floor. He's playing 36 to 38 minutes a night, getting you some assists, scoring the ball, double digits, taking double-digit shots, hitting some threes. So just a little bit of everything. Very good price tag. You can save some money compared to Brandon Ingram, and he's actually been similar in terms of fantasy points to Brandon Ingram over the last couple of weeks. So Hart looks very good at 64. I think Wiggins would be another guy to consider. You also have Morris Sr. at 56, who looks good. Porter should be back. He rested last night, so should be back today. Get some extra minutes. And you can look to possibly like Damian Lee at 35 as a value piece. Power forward, Randall is 10K, Tatum is 10-2. They're probably passes for me. I think Draymond looks fine at 77. But I like Jaren Jackson Jr. at only 61, especially without Desmond Bane. Even if they get Brooks and Melton back, there's still minutes to be had for Jaren Jackson. He's just a very high volatile player, risky player, because some games he gets you 40, 45. Other games he's going to get you like 19, 20. But the price tag against Detroit is just too appealing for me to pass up on Jaren Jackson. I think he's one of the best mid-range plays. Same thing with Morris. He looks very good. Same thing with like Jalen Smith at 53. At center, you can save some money and go down to like Steven Adams, Jalen Smith, and instead of paying all the way up for Valanciunas. You can also play Jaren Jackson at center if you wanted to. But Smith, he was playing pretty good out there, had 2 threes in the first quarter, and then he got hurt and he was in foul trouble, so he only played 16 minutes. Bismack Biyombo actually played a lot of minutes, just stepping in place of Jalen Smith, and I think people might go to him instead, but I think he's a fine play at $4,000, but if Smith becomes a lot less owned because people are playing Biyombo, then I'll just play Smith, hope he doesn't get into foul trouble, because they probably want to give him more minutes than Biyombo, just because Biyombo's not much of the future. So we have $7,200 still left to build this out. I got a couple Warriors in there, some other one-offs that I like, and I think another one-off that looks good is Chris Paul. who's only 73, going up against the Clippers. Good matchup, great price tag for Chris Paul. He's been putting up 40s, getting you a ton of assists recently, 15, 16 last couple of games. Plays pretty good minutes in a close game, which this one could be close, if the Clippers are able to hit their shots. And on the season, Paul has been a good at home and on the road. Not too much difference there. His three-point shooting has been down for him this year, but overall still gets it done because he's averaging a double-double. So leaves you with still 71, 50. Probably get some more news throughout the day, but definitely looking to attack the Warriors without Curry if he sits, which I do expect. You have some good price tags on Josh Hart, Jaren Jackson, Smith, and Paul to fill it out. And that's it for the DraftKings side. Let's go over to FanDuel. On FanDuel point guard plays, looking at Chris Paul. Ja Morant's a little bit too expensive at 10-2 for me. I like Paul. I like Cade Cunningham for sure at only $6,800. It can go down to Jordan Poole, Reggie Jackson. They're also very nicely priced. And you don't have Gary Payton. Is he just shooting guard eligible? He's just shooting guard at 53. So I think you're probably going to start with Jordan Poole at only 57. At shooting guard, you have pretty good price tag on Booker at 88. It's probably like Booker slightly more than Jaylen Brown. Josh Hart is more expensive on FanDuel, so he doesn't look as appealing, but he's still in play. But Cade Cunningham saving $1,000 looks probably better. You have Brooks if he plays, which I do think. At 62, he looks good, and even with Ja Morant there, he's still going to get some good minutes without Desmond Bane. But a couple of the Warriors pieces as target on both sides are definitely Jordan Poole and Gary Payton the third. Also would consider RJ Barrett. They're missing their point guard, so just more usage, more ball handling for RJ Barrett, and he's been making the most of it. Last game had a great game in general in terms of just shooting the ball and scoring. Small forward, I probably won't pay $10K for Tatum. In this mid-range, I like Wiggins a bit at 72. Josh Hart looks fine at his price tag. RJ Barrett looks good at 59. Plug in RJ Barrett, he's probably the best 5K play. Burks is similar at 6K. And the value picks in the 4K range, in 3K range, you can maybe look to want Connor Anderson. We'll get some more minutes today if Curry doesn't play. Power forward, I like the price tag on Randle at 9K. He's going to get more usage without the point guards, more ball handling. He can get you some assists, and the rebounds are going to be there, and he's going to take a lot of shots. You still have a very nice price tag on Jaren Jackson at 66. I think Jalen Smith still looks fine at 59. And if you needed to go all the way down here, you have maybe you can look to Ibaka, Toscano Anderson. But I'd probably side with Jaren Jackson. I think he's going to have probably a solid game. He still had a very nice price tag on both sites. And last but not least, at center, I like Valanciunas at 79. You can get up to Randall, get up to Draymond. But Valanciunas is still very nicely priced. Going up against the Warriors, sometimes they play undersized with Draymond at the 5. But Valanciunas should be able to feast on the boards in that situation. He's still averaging a monster, double-double on the season. And he can get you some blocks, get you some steals as well. Hasn't done a great job of that recently, but he's still averaging close to 40 fantasy points. That's going to really return value at 79. And that's about it. Just a quick 4-gamer. We'll still wait on the official status of Curry. Hopefully we get that, in a couple of hours this afternoon. But that's about it. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.